I don't do polls. I'm out here fighting every day on behalf of working families. I'm talking about what's broken in this country and about how to fix it and building a grassroots movement to get it done.
That was Senator Elizabeth Warren yesterday dismissing concerns that her recent surge in the polls seems to be, as we just showed you, slipping. Yesterday, a Quinnipiac poll showed her support cut in half in just over a month as she drops to third place behind both Joe Biden and Pete Buttigieg. And today, a new CNN poll shows a similar picture with Warren in third place behind Bernie Sanders and also trailing the frontrunner Joe Biden by 14 points. So what is behind this shift? According to the Daily Beast, quote, among her fellow Democrats, there is a universally agreed upon culprit for the stall in the polls, her embrace and handling of Medicare for All. Joining us now is Michael Moore, Academy Award-winning filmmaker. He has endorsed Bernie Sanders for president. Michael, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, well, diagnose it. Medicare for All is what the Daily Beast is suggesting. Scrutiny of Elizabeth Warren's plan on Medicare for All. She's fallen 14 points in the polls. Is that what's happening here or is something else happening?
I think you see this happen in every election. Candidates peak. The ones that peak early generally don't stay. I'm only really saying what you said because I study the Kornacki method. So,
well, I do the numbers, but you can tell me what's behind the numbers. That's what I'm curious about.
Because people are interested. This is such a great group of good-hearted Democrats that are running. So there are many things to like about Elizabeth and Buttigieg and Biden and Corey and Klobuchar. I mean, they all have something good to offer. So it's really kind of a great place for Democrats to be in. And so this is the buffet time, and they're trying different people. And this has been Buttigieg's couple weeks. I'll tell you, the one person, as you've pointed out, that remains steady and consistent is Bernie Sanders. He has not gone down. He only either stays where he is or he goes up. And he's mostly either in second place or he's in first place, depending on what week it is in which state, Nevada, et cetera, where he has pulled number one. He's number one with 18 to 35-year-olds. And he's never dropped out of first place with young adults. Number one with Latino voters. So, it's really...
Why those? Yeah. We just put those numbers up.
Yeah.
He is, and we saw this in 2016. Young voters, he does extremely well.
Yeah.
And it falls off a cliff when you get to about 45 years old. Why is that?
Yeah. Jealousy. When the older you get, he should be sitting there and just watching TV. It's like, I don't know. But it's a great question. Why do the youngest people trust the oldest candidate? Sure. I'd pay attention to that because, and I think my opinion is, it's their future. He's fighting for them. It's not his future. He's in his future. Whatever he is doing to fight for climate change, for better wages, Medicare for all, go down the whole list, he's doing that for them, not for him. He doesn't need free college. He is, this is what they love about him, is that here is this man who is in his 70s fighting for us so that we get a future, so that we even have a planet that we can breathe on in a few years. They see that and they know he's the real deal. He's not BSing them, and he's not going to give in to any of the corporate interests.
There's that word you always hear in politics, authenticity.
Yeah.
Does he come across as less scripted, less packaged? Is that part of what you're
obviously? Yeah. Yes, everything. He doesn't have his own personal stylist. He doesn't have somebody telling him what to say. He has no large contributors at all, saying, Bernie, if you could just cool it a little bit on this or give us a little bit of that. Here's the problem. This is what I'm really worried about, and I want people to think about over the holiday here, is that I know a lot of people, they come on the show here and they talk about, we've got to get a more moderate candidate. We won't win. Actually, we'll lose. If we go more to the center, we're going to lose. Here's what the center is offering. Here's the inspiration that comes from the center. I'm not going to guarantee that health care is a human right, but what I am going to do is I'm going to get you vouchers. Or there's going to be these health.
Is that Biden and Buttigieg? Is that what you're describing?
Yes, and the others that are in the center, the way that even Michael Bloomberg is talking now, they're all about. They think that what we need to do is to tell people, let's go backward. Let's go back to, yes, you should be, no, that we can't have it. we can't have free college. Well, why not? Because everybody in my generation who went to college, either they went for free. The entire UC system in California was free. The SUNY system here in New York, mostly free. Out in Michigan, you could go to the University of Michigan for $1,000 a year. It's amazing that these kids have put up with putting themselves 40, 50, 60,000 or more dollars in debt. That's why anybody who says, no, we need to moderate and we need to go back to being more conservative Democrats, those days are gone. People are tired of worrying about whether they're going to lose their home if they get cancer. They're tired of being told that they can't have a raise this year. People are living from paycheck to paycheck. If you want that, then vote for a centrist candidate. But people voted for Trump. The people that came out for Trump, I'm talking about the racist, white supremacist part. I'm talking about those people who are sick and tired of the system. Trump told them it was rigged. It was rigged, and he was right when he said that. He didn't believe it, and he wasn't going to do anything about it. But he knew and said that our political system is rigged, our media is rigged. It led the New York Times and Judith Miller led us into a war in Iraq. All the rigging he kept talking about, people know it's true. They know the economic system is not going to be in their favor. It is rigged against them. He won on that, but he hasn't delivered on any of it. So when you have somebody like Bernie who just comes right out and says, yeah, it is rigged, but I'm going to tell you how it's rigged, because it's been rigged in favor of the Donald Trumps. Bernie needs to say, I'm going to build a Medicare for all system, and Donald Trump is going to pay for it. Or all the Donald Trumps out there are going to pay for it. We need to come at this really hard, and that's what the American people want. That's how we're going to win. Young people, people of color, women voters are not going to be inspired by somebody who says, we need to just go back to the way we were back in the 80s. Well, back in the 80s, we were losers. The Democratic Party was nothing but losing. And even when we won, like with Gore, we lost.
Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on the button below for more from The Last Word and the rest of MSNBC.